I have everything sore from the yesterday's push day, which was basically the last video that you can find after this. And basically the chest, the shoulders, the triceps, everything is cooked. And that's happened when you don't train for more like 2 weeks, or don't train for more like 2 weeks properly because of whatever. For me, it was injury, then it was sickness and school. So, I a little bit fell off, but start with this T-bar row.
Ask me what keeps you so motivated. And it's literally just wanting to be the best. Like, people always say that you shouldn't compare yourself to others and that you should just focus on yourself. Fuck that. You should want to be the best at whatever you do. And I know that sounds delusional, but you have to be delusional if you want to make it. You're always going to sound delusional to other people when you're not at the top. But honestly, fuck them. Keep being delusional, and who knows? One day, it could be you at the top. It's honestly what motivates me, just wanting to be the best. People wonder why I even got into this. It's because I was a weak and frail little kid. I was done being weak. I was done being picked on. I was done being good at absolutely nothing. That's what's gonna give you your drive. The want to become more, the want to become stronger, the want to become the best.
There we go! Come on! Come on! I love this shit, man! Come on!
Go out there and become the best.
그래. Is this great angle? Who knows? Who knows about it? Anyway, I feel I am too dark. Okay, so we're gonna try legs. and it's pretty early. It's only 10. I'm gonna have some pre-workout, which I didn't have for like, I don't know, maybe since beginning of the summer, which is like 3 months now. The only reason is I haven't had any is because I usually was training in the evening and I did want to go to sleep. Second thing, I really don't need to have pre-workout to have a good workout. And the third, I could technically buy some Steam-free pre-workout, but I really don't feel like spending 40 or even $50 just for the pre-workout. Yeah, I can just get a scoop of honey and I'm good to go. Maybe not even that. Yeah, I just need to find some good music on the SoundCloud and it's all I freaking need. Let's do double scoop. Probably gonna shit myself from this, but doesn't really matter. Leg day today. I'm also gonna do some squats after some, because when it comes to compound movement, lately I haven't done any of those. Yeah, I'm usually sticking to cables, you know, some machines, for example leg extensions, some hamstring curls. I did a lot of leg press, but squats I haven't done any of those. The reason was I went to work, so I didn't want to, you know, well, I didn't want to get my lower back too stiff because it was already pretty messed up from the work and other stuff. Since the school started again, I can focus on my training properly. And yeah, I'm gonna give my best today. So we're gonna do some squats, some other quad movements, and then some hamstring, and yeah. Cheers. Yeah, I didn't miss this flavor. Ugh. Ooh, it's so sour. Let's go train. The weights feel heavier than I thought it would, so I feel like 3 plates will be enough for today. So let's load up 1 more plate and yeah, that'll be the first working set.
Stand up. Stay up. You're not staying up hard. More. Pull with your leg biceps. Pull. Right there. Hold it. Pull. Leg biceps. Use your whole body. Use your buttocks. Use your body and fight me. Come on. More. One more rep. Go. Excellent. Positive failure has been achieved. Congratulations. Now hold. Get your breath. It's okay.
That it was a belief system that I cannot live with myself. I cannot look in the mirror. I can't walk down the street going, I'm a failure. Oh, I would rather die. I'm serious. I would rather die than be a failure. Life should not exist, at least for me, being a failure.
Go out there and fail. Go out there and fail miserably. Drop the weight on the ground, toss the weight, but achieve failure. Achieve failure. If you can do that, you can also win. If you can fail, you can also win. And all winners have failed. That's the goal here today, that last 5%. Now, the only place to go from failure is to win. You have to achieve failure. You have to take it that far. Nobody wants to go that far. It's too scary. But you know something? I got news for you. That's where winning is. It always has been. Nothing's changed since the 70s. Nothing. When you know too much, it's like a child. A child will do anything. A child will skateboard off of crazy heights and do crazy stuff and do flips, you know? When you get older, you go, oh God, I can get hurt. So you start limiting yourself, how far you're gonna go. But you know, you have to go through this time where you don't go to failure. You get out of shape, so to speak. The only way to get in shape is to get out of shape. The only way to go to failure is not go to failure. You know the difference. It's always success follows risk. Success follows risk. Right now, we're like looking for success up here, and the risk is like teasing. If the risk is ever too high, and the success is down here, forget about it. But the risk follows. The risk follows the opportunity.
Yeah, this workout was pretty fulfilling. As you could saw, my quads are, I wouldn't say the biggest, but definitely one of my largest muscle group, more dominant than others. But there still need to be some definition. And you know, I hold most of my fat on my quads and my ass, so I feel like I have to lose another 10 kilo so we could see some striation. So yeah, I will definitely need to do that probably. Anyway, I hate this weather. I know it's a totally different topic, but I hate when there's in the morning it's cold as hell, and you know, during the day it's hot as hell. Ooh, some David Lay vibes. And I'm telling you, this workout was something else. Because before, when I was training legs, I basically just did some leg extensions, usually for one leg at a time, and then some hamstring curls, maybe some not squats, some leg press. I haven't trained squats mainly because I didn't want to, you know, hurt my lower back, which previous summer happened quite often because I did, you know, work at construction, and then I was training and all the stuff around it, and it started to get pretty hot in here. Give me a second, I need to put down my jacket. So yeah, so these squats, even though I haven't trained those in such a long time, they actually felt pretty amazing. I wouldn't say amazing, but pretty good. And when I hit those 3 plates, I did it for 10 reps, and it felt pretty good. So I load up half plates, so 160 kilo. I usually squatted that for like 6, but this time I managed to do the 5. I mean, after the time, pretty good, so I'm not complaining. Although the 4th and the 5th rep, I literally felt like I was about to throw up. So I probably could have done more, but I felt like if I was about to do the 6th rep, I would just throw up on the floor. So I just racked the weight back, you know. Then the RDLs, the one on the Smith machine, I would enjoy them more, but unfortunately that Smith is pretty stiff because it's not smooth at all, you know. Maybe for some stuff like shoulder press or some incline bench press, it's quite okay, but when you try to do some squats and the RDLs, you know, that Smith is too rough for those stuff. So even though I had like 120 kilos, I could have done more, but again, there was too much resistance, especially at the top. But enough with the excuses, and yep, next leg day will be at my school, so nothing special. I cannot wait to get home from school and do another set of squats because I'm so hyped for them and I want to, you know, progress as much as I can. So let's go home, let's go eat something, and I don't know, let's pack my stuff and leave. It's been literally 2 days since that leg day that you just saw, and my hamstrings are still sore, and it's even painful to walk or sit. You know, I need to move them a little bit to loosen up the soreness. But anyway, when I imagine that tomorrow I will train legs again, I'm actually starting to think that I might move them for the next day because I'm not sure if I will be able to train them. Maybe quads, but hamstring, they're totally cooked. Anyway, I'm gonna eat something. I have my drink, I have my soup, and some chicken and rice. Yeah, so some healthy diet. And one thing about my hamstring is, I noticed that my right one usually works a little bit more. So I'm not sure if it's weaker or stronger, but even now I feel like the soreness on my right hamstring is probably the double of the left one. And even when I train, I just feel it to work a little bit more. So I need to definitely fix that because this is a really bad habit to have. I need to focus a little bit more on my form. I really don't want to have enormous right hamstring and the left one will be like mediocre or something. But this is like the extreme, but yeah, I definitely need to fix this thing. So I'm gonna eat all that and see you some next time.